Shalom, shalom. You're welcome to this safe space of mine. This is the school of marriage. Again, I say marriage is a bed of roses. If you are not enjoying the roses in your marriage, or if you would like to enjoy the roses in your marriage, please follow me. I will tell you. Have you watched the first video? If you have not watched it, just go ahead and watch the first video. In that video, I said you should not carry your family experience into your marriage. Your family experience should not be your lesson note. Societal experience should not be your lesson note. Because as a woman, the man you're getting married to is not your father. So your father's behavior is not the same behavior to that man you're getting married to. As a man, the woman you're getting married to is not your mother. So what you experience in your house, in your family, is not the same thing you experience. So don't expect the woman you want to marry to behave exactly the same way like your mother. No, that is why you don't need your family experience as your lesson note. And if you don't have it as your lesson note, what are you using? What will you use as your lesson note in that marriage? Now, many people say marriage is not a bed of roses just because they get into marriages with very high expectations. We get into marriages expecting to be satisfied financially, emotionally. We want to get the best of pleasures in marriage. But how much preparation did you actually make? We get with high expectations, but we have little or no preparation. Have you seen a man that moves into a theater room and conduct an operation without proper preparation before? That person is just going to kill another person. You will not see that. So if you get into marriage with very high expectations, little or no preparation, you're just like that military man carrying an AK-47, going to a war front, prepared to shoot the enemy, but with no bullet in the gun. Imagine what is about to happen to that military man. That is exactly what is happening in marriages. We get into marriages with very high expectations. We have no preparation. We are carrying a heavy AK-47. We are expecting to put down the enemy, but the enemy is not going down. You are the one to go down because you did not prepare. The military man didn't prepare, didn't carry weapons, didn't carry the bullets. The main thing is the bullets. So if you want to enjoy the roses in your marriage, or if you are single, you want to get into this marriage in a different manner. Listen, I have a secret for you today. Make sure you listen to this, go through this video to the end. What is this secret? Number one, understand that marriage is not man's idea. Marriage is not a human idea. Marriage is God's own idea. In Genesis 2 verse 18, God said, it is not good for Adam, it is not good for man to be alone. I will make him a help meet for him. It is not Adam out of his emotions who desired for a wife or a girlfriend. No, Adam didn't complain. It was not Adam who moved up to God and said, I'm just lonely. I'm alone in this garden. Please get me a wife. My emotions are rising. No, no, no. It wasn't Adam who did that. Adam was comfortable in his own place. So it's God who said, let me make a help that is meet for him, that is compatible for him. Then God brought Eve to him. Today, we want to carry emotions. Our emotions have become our lesson note. No, if you want to enjoy the roses in your marriage, you must do it the God way, because God alone designed marriage. God didn't partner with you. the man. God didn't partner with you, the woman. God alone on his throne designed marriage, and he didn't design marriage and allow it vague for us to come and define it. He defined it, and he placed parameters guiding it. He placed lesson notes we can follow and enjoy the pleasures, the benefits of this institution. Secondly, marriage is an institution. It is not a private institution. It is not a government institution. Marriage is God's own institution. Imagine a private institution. The proprietor of that institution makes sure everything goes well. The maximum desire of a private institution, or the proprietor of a private institution, is that the institution should not fail, should get the maximum result from it. It's the same with God. If humans can be this good, what about God? Marriage is God's own institution, and he himself desires the best out of marriage. He desires just the best. God didn't ordain an institution for us to come and suffer. No, marriage is a bed of roses. I will say this a million times. Marriage is a bed of roses according to the way God designed it. We are the ones that have come with our human ideologies. We have denied to follow the parameters that God placed for marriage. And we want to come with our feelings, with the things we heard in the society, with the things we saw, the experiences we have had in relationships. We are the ones that have come with some kind of ideas that God himself does not permit. And when we get in, we start saying marriage is not a bed of roses. I will repeat again, marriage is a bed of roses. And if you must enjoy these roses, you must do it the God way. Remember the second point. Marriage is God's own institution. In every institution, workers are placed. Take, for example, the university. In the university, we have workers of different categories. We have the administrative block, we have lecturers, we have professors, we have lecturers, the directors, we have even classroom coordinators, we have cleaners. Hear this secret about this institution. When two workers are at loggerheads, two workers in any institution who are not agreeing, their differences does not affect that institution at all. Do you agree with me? Can a class coordinator have a challenge with a lecturer, or two lecturers are at loggerheads and the institution is shut down because they are at loggerhead? No. When they are at loggerhead, what they do is they make sure their boss doesn't know what is going on. They try their best to seal it. They try their best to protect the integrity of that institution, despite the fact that they are at loggerheads. Imagine two lecturers that are at loggerhead, but they keep on going to work on time and on daily basis, performing their duties. In the same manner, look at God's institution, a divine institution placed by God himself. Do you think the differences between God's workers should affect God's institution? No, that shouldn't be. I'm talking about marriage. So marriage is God's institution. So the differences between a man and a wife should not affect the marriage, should not affect that institution. So when you see a man having challenges with a wife, what happens is the woman is supposed to continue performing her duties as a woman, because the woman didn't assign herself. The woman only got into the marriage and God gave her an assignment. God gave the man an assignment. So the man and the woman in that institution, they have roles they are supposed to play. They have different assignments to perform for the betterment of their institution. Remember, God is their overall boss, and that institution should not be affected. So in the situation where there are differences, each party seeks to protect the integrity of the institution despite their differences. How do we do this? Once we have differences, take for example, if I have differences with my husband, I am supposed to continue performing my duties as a wife. My husband, likewise, if he is a loggerhead with me, he is supposed to continue performing his duties as husband. And we try our best to cover this thing. Let our boss not know what we are doing in his institution. Let our boss not get offended with us because we know the consequences. Remember, if the boss, the proprietor of that private institution, is aware of what lecturers are doing, one or two lecturers might be sacked. You have lost your job. You know what that means? If you lost your job, is it the proprietor that will be blamed, or is it the proprietor that will suffer the consequences? It is you. And the only reason why you will be sacked from that institution is because you were not performing your duties as designed or assigned. So in God's own institution, when the man and the woman, they get offended and they decide not to continue performing their duties, the marriage breaks up or the wife is sent out of the marriage. You, no matter how much complaints you're complaining, it's you that is complaining. You were supposed to continue performing your duty as a husband, knowing that that institution is not your institution. You are not doing it for your husband. You are doing it for God, knowing that God is the boss in that institution. And even in the moment of differences, you seek to protect the integrity of the institution. That is the reason why, even when there are differences on the bed, perform your duties. The duties should be performed. Even if people are not talking, even if you are angry with each other, let the duties be performed. I believe you were blessed. I believe you learned something today. So if you go ahead and give a comment, if you have not yet subscribed, just subscribe. You put on the notification bell, because if you don't put that notification bell, each time I upload a video, you will not be aware. Remember, this is a series. This is a series and this is a school. So if you miss some classes, you might not be able to catch up. If you miss some classes, you might not meet up with the target. So put on that notification bell and give a comment. Remember, this video is for free. So your comment is the encouragement that you're telling me that go ahead. Thank you very much. Shalom, shalom. See you in the next video.